Hi everybody, Hassan Shariq, regulated Canadian immigration consultant, back with another video on Canadian immigration. So we had an express entry round of invitation today. Unfortunately, for many of you who are express entry applicants under CEC or the Federal Skilled Worker Program, today's draw was not an all programs draw, rather it was only a provincial nomination specific draw. A lot of people were expecting to be invited this time around, but the final choice is with IRCC. So let's have a look at the details for today's draw, and I will also discuss the composition of the express entry pool right now and provide my feedback as to how it has changed from last time around. And probably if we have a draw next week or in 2 weeks, what possible cutoff scores could we expect based on the composition of the draw at this time. So here we are on the official website of Government of Canada, express entry round of invitations. The details for this particular draw, this was draw number 239. Today is February 1st, 2023. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that this was only a PNP specific draw, which not a lot of people were expecting, but this is how it turned out to be. The total number of invitations that were issued were 893, and the CRS cutoff stood at 733. So usually you're only beyond 600 points if you have a PNP, or maybe if you're scoring 200 points for a job offer, which is a senior level job offer. So most likely all people who are above 700 are PNP applicants, and because this was a specific PNP draw, so only those people could be invited. Now looking at the composition of the pool, as on Feb 1, 2023, between 601 to 1200 we had 937 people. Between 501 to 600 we had 1553 people. Then between 491 to 500 we had 1300 people. Now this is very interesting, because if I make a comparison for these numbers with how it was 2 weeks ago, so 2 weeks ago we had I do have this snapshot for that, so I'll just zoom in. So 2 weeks ago on Jan 18th, in between 601 to 1200 we had 614 people, which now was about 900 people, and between 500 to 600 we had 1900 people at that time who got invited for sure, but this time around we had 1500 people. And then between 491 to 500 we had 3300 people, but this time around we had a lesser number, so we only had about 1300 people. So this gives you an idea that every 2 weeks we tend to get, on average, now this can vary, but once a draw happens and the top applicants in the pool go out, every 2 weeks we should be expecting something like between 700 to 900 PNP applicants coming in with a score of 600 to 1200. Then between 500 to 600, my own assessment is that every 2 weeks we tend to see something between 1200 to 1600 people entering the pool with a score of 500 to 600. This is interesting because 491 to 500 is where there's a lot of competition. So last time around we had a larger number. We had about 3000 people in here, but we only got to have about 1300 people coming in. Now I had made a video just in the morning predicting my CRS cutoff if we had a 5500 DAW, and very honestly I feel that if we had a 5500 ITA based round of invitation today with all programs, probably it would have been close to 486, 487. but that's how it is. So with this, I'll ask for leave. All those who've been invited, the PNP applicants, good luck to you. You now have 60 days to submit your PR application. Make sure that you work on the documentation with a lot of focus and attention. If you need any help in that regard, you are more than welcome to get in touch with myself or seek assistance from any other professional for your document review so that your PR application finally goes through. For rest of the folks, very honestly, it is competitive, and it is going to be a little more competitive even if we have a draw in a week's time, because we'll have more and more people. So I don't think that in the next draw we are going to see the scores dropping down to 480s. Probably it will be somewhere in 490s. It might actually be very close to like 495 to 498 is what I expect it to be. With this, I'll ask for leave. Take very good care of yourself and your families, and I'll soon be back with another video on Canadian immigration. Bye bye.